A year ago around this time, I was back home in Belarus. I was spending time with my parents, seeing my closest friends, walking through Minsk and enjoying all the ordinary things I had missed while living abroad. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may be a little confused about where I live now and why my videos come from Belarus, Germany, Japan and so many other places. So before I take you back to this day in Minsk, I think I should explain what has been happening in my life. For many years I worked in tourism in Belarus. It wasn't simply a job, it was something I had built most of my adult life around. First, the pandemic completely changed the travel industry. Then, because of the growing number of sanctions and travel restrictions connected to Belarus, I eventually lost most of my income. 2 years ago, I was offered an opportunity to work in Germany. Moving abroad had never been part of my plan, and I didn't feel ready to leave Belarus and start over in another country. But I needed stability and a new way to support myself. So I decided to take the opportunity. This is how I ended up moving from Belarus to Germany. After living there for about a year, I returned to Belarus to visit my parents and spend some time at home. During that visit, I spent one simple but special day in Minsk with my close friend Tanya. Watching this footage 1 year later, when I still don't know exactly when I will be able to return home again, it feels completely different. So today I want to take you back to Minsk and share that day with you. Tanya and I met for lunch at a place that is very popular among locals. We love it because it offers a great balance between quality and price. The dishes are beautifully presented and made with good ingredients. During the day it is a restaurant, but in the evening the atmosphere changes and it becomes more of a bar. They also regularly create seasonal menus. Tanya ordered a Belarusian summer dish called холодник. It is a cold beetroot soup, but here it was served in a modern way with caviar and crispy chips. Холодник is extremely popular in Belarus during the summer and is perfect for a hot day. Everything was super delicious and it reminded me of something I have always loved about Minsk. The restaurant scene here has changed so much over the years. There are many places with creative food, beautiful presentation and unusual interiors, but they still feel relaxed and accessible. This restaurant also has plenty of interesting design details. A small balcony where people love taking photos and an outdoor terrace. By the way, if Belarus has ever been on your travel list, I recently created my own Minsk travel guide. I filled it with places I personally love as a local, practical tips for first-time visitors, and everything I wish travelers knew before coming to Belarus. You can find the link in the description below. So after lunch, Tanya and I continued walking through the city. Very close to the restaurant is one of Minsk's historic cinemas called Победа, which means victory in English. In Belarus, you will notice many streets, squares, monuments and public places connected to the victory in the Second World War, commonly referred to here as the Great Patriotic War. When we visited, the cinema had only recently reopened after a major renovation. What I especially liked was that the renovation preserved the history of the building. Inside you can see photographs showing what the cinema looked like before and how it was restored. I love places like this because they show how Minsk is changing while still preserving parts of its past. We then continued walking through the city. At one point we passed a restaurant terrace where almost every table was occupied by groups of women. This is such a normal scene in Belarus. Belarusian women are very social, they love meeting their friends, dressing up, going out for lunch or coffee and spending weekends together. And this is possible because Belarus is a very safe country, even for women walking alone at night. Watch one of my nighttime walks through Minsk and you'll see exactly what I mean. When I lived in Minsk, I never thought twice about things like this because they were simply part of everyday life, right? But now that I live abroad, I notice these small cultural details much more. Sometimes you only understand what feels special about home after you leave it. And while we were walking, we accidentally discovered a small souvenir shop and cafe called Mastatsky Dom Ugrinovich.
On Facebook, it's an interesting place. It's like an art house. Let's go inside.
The people behind it create handmade objects inspired by Belarusian culture. You can also stop for coffee and dessert, so it feels like a creative studio, souvenir shop and a cozy cafe all in one.
Corn flour is a traditional Belarusian flour, which is considered to be the symbol of Belarus also.
So it's a great gift, right, from Belarus? So the corn flour is considered an unofficial symbol of Belarus. You can find it in traditional designs, on souvenirs and even on the planes of our national airline. sign, Belavia. In Belarusian language, and it's written "Znaходить sense." It means in English, find meaning. My departure back to Germany was getting closer, so I wanted to take a few small pieces of Belarus with me. And look, they also have such beautiful bookmarks. Even here you can see in Belarusian language it's written Minsk, really beautiful. And this is again with Belarusian flowers, corn flowers. And like this and this I'm going to buy. I bought a couple of bookmarks, each featuring a small illustration or story connected to the country. So when you live in your own country, objects like these may not feel particularly emotional, but when you live abroad, even a small bookmark, a familiar illustration or a traditional flower can suddenly make you feel closer to home. After that, we continued walking and eventually stopped at Oji. No, I don't mean Uji, which is in Japan. This is Oji, a well-known restaurant on Independence Avenue. I believe they serve some of the best ice cream in Minsk. So we got halva and lemon and with some kind of cookies, yeah? And here we got strawberries and also lemon, the same, yeah. Never kills nobody. And it was exactly the kind of ending our day needed. Nothing extraordinary happened that day, but perhaps that is why the memory feels so special to me now. After our ice cream, Tanya and I said goodbye. At that time, I assumed we would see each other again very soon, and I didn't think of it as an important goodbye. But watching this footage now makes me emotional. I miss Tanya, I miss my parents, and I miss walking through Minsk without thinking about complicated routes or how long it may be before I can return. I miss the simple moments that once felt completely normal. Living far from home changes your relationship with your memories. You don't always realize that an ordinary moment is becoming a memory you will later wish you could return to. And perhaps that is what I want to share more openly on this channel from now on. For a long time, I mostly showed you countries, restaurants, travel tips and beautiful places, right? I will continue sharing Belarus, Japan, Germany and my travels, but I also want to show you more of the real life happening behind those journeys. What it feels like to leave your home country, start over after losing the life and career you had built, life far from your family and closest friends, and create a new life without losing your connection to the old one. My life now exists somewhere between Belarus, Germany and the places I continue to discover around the world, and these countries may seem like completely different topics, but together they tell the story of my life today. I hope you will stay with me for this new chapter, and make sure to check my shorts as well. I post new videos there almost every day and share more about my daily life, thoughts, experiences and everything happening behind the scenes. Thank you for turning to Minsk with me and for spending this ordinary but very special day with Tanya and me.